So we have a 2.5-minute delay here, but we can go ahead and check out the runes and stuff like that. So he is playing Jayce up against Riven up top. Riven's got teleport. I need to take let me start this over. Alright, so let me drag this over here. Okay, so Riven doesn't have a lot of experience on Riven, which doesn't really matter. You know, you don't really want to think about that too much, just because then you'll underestimate them, and 2, you'll just go on tilt if they outplay you. Like, you'll go on hella tilt if they outplay you. Okay, so let's check out his runes here. So he's got 14.35 attack damage, crit chance, magic resist, health per level, and armor. Let's see, what is he going against? Going against Maokai, Varus, Malzahar, Lee Sin. So I probably would have been better to get full armor here. The reason I say that is because you've got a ton of percentage damage stuff with Varus, Maokai, and Lee Sin. So the armor probably would have been a little bit more effective. It's really not that big of a deal, but just like a small thing there. Plus, you're at lower levels, you usually want to make your runes be more suited to whatever you're laning against. And Riven, you know, if she gets a snowball, it's going to be really, really rough. So getting extra armor is really good against Riven. You've got 21.9. That's pretty standard stuff here, right? Attack speed, cooldown reduction. Interesting. Okay. I would say the spell weaving and blade weaving are actually pretty good on Jayce. At least get spell weaving, just because if you auto attack a few times, then hit him with a Q, you're going to get an extra 3% damage. But that's more preference here. I agree, Warlord's usually not that great. So that's fine there. If you don't build any crit chance, then Frenzy's not really useful, so that's fine. I usually like getting exposed weakness. This is fine though. There's nothing really wrong with this. 21 offense is pretty good. You just got to make sure that you're playing as if you have 21 offense, and you have teleport. So teleport's kind of I don't know if I would have taken teleport for Jayce, just because if you can not get snowballed against Riven, then you're gonna have a lot better time, especially as Jayce. And then if you get to a certain point, you're not gonna have to back all that much, just because you've created an advantage. Oh my gosh, what the frick is this fly? If you've created an advantage against Riven, then you won't have to back, because she won't be able to get in range of you. Sorry, I'm just freaking flies everywhere. All right, so we're loading in. So the only thing so far is I would consider maybe taking Ignite instead. And wow, okay, never mind. It said League was closing, and then it didn't close. So I would consider maybe not taking Ignite or not taking Teleport. You could have actually taken Exhaust or Ignite here, but I do understand, you know, Teleport is just kind of a safe thing to take. So I totally get that. That's totally fine. This also means that you need to be paying attention to teleport plays you can make, though, and sometimes that can take a little bit away from your presence in the lane. I do like, though, that it's got Rammus Kassadin, so having teleport with a team with a lot of mobility is actually going to be pretty useful for you. So Twistblader, right now we're doing coaching for TerryTheTerrible. Once this game loads in. We already went over his runes. I'll be uploading this to YouTube, so. Alright. Let's go ahead and... that looks good. It cuts off TerryTheTerrible though, up in there. Okay. Sure, we'll do that. Anyway, boom. Okay. Let's go ahead and I want to start over here real quick. Okay. I'm gonna make sure these guys. So one thing, just try and leave your base as quick as you can. It's been 15 seconds and you haven't even left your base. You can literally click away and buy your items in that time, because you should be thinking about your items when you're in the loading screen. Just a small little thing there. There's gonna be a lot of advice I give you guys. If you, it says support. Okay, yeah. I didn't think about that. That I'll be giving you guys that isn't going to make a huge change in your play, but if you add enough of them to your repertoire, then they'll help a lot. So, as a quick load, that's what she said. Okay, so let's go ahead and just fast forward here. So you started Flask, 3 potion. The only problem I have with Flask is that in an all-in, you're going to get dumpstered against this Riven. So basically, you have to play a lot safer, and you have to play knowing that you have... gosh damn, this fly. You have to play knowing that you have much less damage. Also, I like the bust a move here. You have to play knowing that you have much less damage, so if she all-ins you, she's going to win. And unless you're using all of your potions and playing a war of attrition, you're going to lose this top lane pretty much. That is assuming equal skill here. Of course, against a Riven with teleport, I can kind of understand the flask as well. Just because, if that's what you were thinking, like she's got flasks. Also, you should be taking advantage of this right here. You're ignoring Riven. Yeah, if you would have been ready for there, ready right there, you could have used your switch stance. You would have gotten a speed buff. You would have been able to hammer form her, and then Cassidy might have been able to get more damage there. I don't know if it would have resulted in a kill. Cassidy does have ignite, but either way, that was just kind of it looks like you were kind of caught with your pants down a little bit. Yeah, so don't leash too long, especially when you're going against. Yeah, you're leashing way too long there. You really maybe just like Q auto, maybe another auto, because if you miss this creep here, looks like you didn't miss the creep XP, so that was pretty fortunate there. But that's still like, okay, so never mind. Riven's not going to take advantage of it. But one thing is that Riven's big thing is that she can rush 2 and she can kill you with it. So if you take too long to come to lane, then she's gonna potentially do that. Again, all the nice. Okay, so yeah, you should be focusing on poking her as much as you can. Also, a lot of the advice I'm giving you guys is going to be a bit of evergreen advice. What I mean by that is it might not be relevant in this particular game, but it will be relevant in the future as the players get better there. So you missed a CS. I'm not going to talk too much about missing CS and things like that, because that's just practice your farming mechanics a little bit better. So you missed the EQ there just because the creep was in the way. Just little mechanical errors. There aren't really much I can say about that. You probably recognize them. So once you've created a lead like this, so you have full health and she has less than half health, so you should be in a position of power right here. You should not be letting her get these creeps right here. I know you're focused on getting that cannon minion, but honestly, zoning her out and then firing like a Q backwards or something like that to get the cannon minion would have been a lot better. So you should be harassing the crap out of her, because once you've got this lane dominance, you need to actually start to secure it. The whole point of a... Did I just lag out of this real quick? Also, I'm not going to be able to read chat too much just because I want to focus on the game, but let me see if this is just lagged out here. Also, I should turn the fog of war. This is about okay, so it's looking like it's fine now. Let me turn fog of war to just blue side here, because I don't want to get any information that he doesn't have. You generally don't want to ward there if you're blue side, because like Lee Sin can easily just be like, I'm coming, and then he'll head around here, and he'll be all the way right here before you even see him, and then he'll be around here when you start moving, and then if you're right here, you're gonna have a harder time getting away. Plus, with the CC from Riven, like Lee Sin's gonna be able to gank you, so I think Tribush ward would have been a lot better. And plus, like, all you have to do is pay attention. Is Malzahar gone? Okay, Malzahar's probably heading top, something like that. So, yeah, I know, right? The coaching's so good when the file starts to lag out. So, yeah, like right here, she's getting her CS, like she's getting the CS she needs. She has no potions at this point, so if you chunk her down, like you should be expending. You have full flask and full health potions. You should be making trades right now. Make tons of trades, like, when you have this huge advantage. Right now, technically, she has 470 health. You have 800 health, but then you have an extra 450 health, and then an extra, like, 360 health. So you basically have 2,000 health of her 400 health if you play it right. So you should be harassing a lot, using your mana. You have full mana. Anytime you have full mana, it means your mana regen stat is wasted. So you should be just going for QE combos, and then letting your mana heal back up. like right there, you got one, but you kind of waited until she had used her shield. You should wait until she used her shield and then wait for the shield to go down, because the shield duration is much lower now. So right there, you know, you probably could have, yeah, so you got the, yeah, okay. I was gonna cry if you didn't get that right there. So then just push this wave and then back. Let me check how much gold you've got. Yeah, so if you push this wave and back, you'll be able to get a brutalizer, which is what you should do. If you're going, yeah, so back, you gonna back? Nice, perfect, okay, perfect. Yeah, so if you're going flask, you definitely don't need to get tier. So I'm hoping you're gonna go brutalizer here. Let's see, or something equivalent. Tier, no. Okay, so when you have a lead as Jayce and you're going against someone like Riven, who you need to keep down at all times, you need to have a lot of combat effectiveness. Also, what are you doing right now? Are you waiting for something? There was no reason to teleport on the creep there. Your teleport cooldown is going to be a lot higher, and then Riven just got a huge advantage right there. So if you would have teleported onto the tower, walk back up, you could have teleported onto the tower, and then if there's a creep you really needed, you could have QE'd him and then gotten the creep. But yeah, definitely don't teleport onto a minion right next to them, because she's just going to combo you and get a free trade off. So like you already took a little bit of damage. Also, I noticed you bought a ton of health potions. That's mostly because you got the tier and the Doran's Blade. But like, yeah, so she's going to try and all in you here. Watch out for the wind slash. She's going to fire it for no reason. Yeah. Well, not no reason, I just mean like no effective reason. So yeah, so getting the brutalizer here would have been better, because the whole point of this lane is getting her to a low enough point where if she all-ins you, she still loses the all-in, and then that's when you have total control of this lane. Also, yeah, you need to push this out just a little bit so you can get your ward down. This would be a time where I would accept the ward in the river, just because if you're going to be kind of staying on this side of the map, then the ward in the river is fine. It's when you're pushed past this line right here that you need to get the ward in the tri-bush. So this is good. I like this like kind of pseudo freeze here. It kind of pulls the lane back so you can be a little bit safer. And then if you have a jungler like Rammus, I honestly would have maybe thought the pink ward there would have been better, because, okay, no flash, so I hope I can't actually see the chat, but I hope you timed her flash there, because when you have a jungler like Rammus, like who can gank hella hard, you need to make sure you're catching his flash, because you don't want to waste your jungler's time. If you can manage to not waste any of your jungler's time, he's going to be a lot more likely to go ahead and gank for you. So, yeah, I would have put the pink there. I wouldn't have got, again, don't get the tier if you're going against a high combat lane. If you're going against a lane that like let's say you're going against a tank lane, like if you're going against a Maokai, if you're going against a Dr. Mudo, things like that, that's when a tier is okay, because you're gonna be just spamming spells trying to get a ton of farm, and they don't have a whole lot of pressure. But with someone like Riven, like, you don't have any mana problems, really. Like, she would have already been dead if you had Brutalizer and you were putting a lot of pressure on her. Spectator data unavailable. The game will now exit. But yeah, so if you're going against tank, you can go for that tier into Manamune. But if you already have Flask and you're going against okay, so let's see if we can go back. So we were like right here, I think. We were close to here. So if you can, make sure you go a bit more damage. You honestly, like, you could have gone something, if you wanted to go super early game instead of the tier Doran's Blade, you could have gone like triple Doran's. If you aren't comfortable with getting a brutalizer or something like that, then you could do that, and that would also show dominance, because you're going to get a ton of health from that, you're going to get a ton of AD, and you're going to get lifesteal, so you're never going to be low. But one thing I've noticed here is, like, you're not really taking advantage. Like, she shouldn't be able to get any of these creeps for free. Every single one of these creeps, you should be hitting her with an auto. Like, okay, this is good, good, good. See? So, like, right here, even if she all-ins you, she can't do anything. So she's already used her ult. She's going to throw the Wind Slash. Yeah, you shouldn't, don't try and not take the free damage there. But that was really, really good. She went for the creep and you all ended her. That was perfect. And now you can get your health back up, which you should be using your health potion, probably not your flask, just because you don't really need the mana since you have tier right now. So I would use one of your health potions since you have so many of them. Okay, so use flask. That's fine. It's not that big of a difference. But yeah, so right here, you're freezing. The only thing with this freeze right here is she's not really going to get much taken from her. Let's see if she's going back here. Yeah, a little late on the QE. I would have probably thought, I think the QE might have killed her. She would have had a shield and it would have stopped her back, because that would have been like 300 damage. So it would have been close at least. So you're roaming here to put a pink ward here. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's going to give you good vision for if Malzahar is trying to roam on you. So right now, you've pretty much set up a position where you can continue to push your advantage. If you've been farming well, you'll have a... Oh, I need to switch these back up. Yeah, so you have double her CS right now, so you're doing really, really well there. So that's good. Let me go ahead and switch these up. And yeah, at this point, you just continue, like you're playing this methodically, which is exactly how you should be playing this. Like they just got a double kill, but the overall, you're okay. So yeah, you just got to try and sidestep those if you can. She doesn't have Wind Slash, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you use your potion earlier than that. Just because, like right here, you could potentially kill both of them. And honestly, like in a situation like that, if you've got your QE up, I would honestly consider letting the Lee Sin hit you with the Q. If you want to go for outplay. If you're just going for safety, which I totally am cool with, then that's fine. Yeah, so using your health potion. No, you got to use your health potion, man. Remember, this matchup, any poke versus all-in matchup, it's all about getting to the point where if she all-ins you, she loses the all-in. And then poking her. So, good, good, good. So you ping the crap out of her missing, because that's a big thing that Riven can do right now, is if she can try and roam to get back into the game, it'll work. Okay, let's see. Are you going to get these? Okay, good enough. So you should be danger pinging the shit out of this, just because if she's stupid. Okay, nice. So this cow was just like, you can't milk those, and Riven was like, but I have a giant carrot. Please, please, I will Wind Slash this bush. Ah! So if you're paying attention there, you would notice that she doesn't have her Wind Slash, so that's something to pay attention to. It's got a 95-second cooldown, so it's a pretty significant cooldown. So it makes it so that all-in range is better for you. So like you can not worry about her. So like if you're at 40-50% health, Wind Slash can kill you. Like a combo with Wind Slash can kill you. But if she has no Wind Slash, then it takes more like 35-30% health, which you should never be that low, because you're Jayce and you have so many ways to stop her. So yeah, so if you're trying to charge up your mana immune, use your W skills. Your W skills both have really low mana. Your R doesn't actually charge up your tier anymore, and it's worth it because you're gonna get you've got so much mana regen. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you've got 20 regen per 5, so you can use a spell or two, and you don't need to worry about it. Plus, your mana immune is getting an extra 4 max mana every time you use a spell, so you should just be using your W skills to get that. If you really are gonna insist on the mana immune build, which the mana immune build is fine, like I said, and it's working out pretty well for you, so that's fine. I do think the brutalizer might have been a little better but I'm also a much more aggressive player, and you've been playing this in a way that you've been freezing a lot, which makes I can totally understand the mana immune build if you're trying to freeze more. So looks like they're going up top. So yeah, you want to push this right here because they're trying to make something happen up top. Okay, good. Make sure you switch forms. Don't. Okay. Alright, so we've got a dive going in here. Right as Rammus takes aggro, you should be going in. Okay, so it looks like Rammus didn't take aggro, so you went in a little too soon, so you're kind of zoned out of this fight. If you would have let Rammus tank aggro there right off the bat, it would have been a little bit better, but it ends up working out fine. So you guys should be taking this tower. So you wanna this casting can go away, but you wanna assist ping your team to go for the next one. So like right here, Alistar's right. Where are you teleporting? Okay, so you're gonna try and make a play down bot. That's fine. Ooh, okay, you got him. Okay. Oops. All right. I think I appreciate the teleport bot to try and help out your team there because you saw an opportunity, so I can appreciate that, but I think it would have been better to push with your team here. You might have been able to get this tower. At least you would have gotten it down to about a 4th, and it was a completely safe play. There was nothing they could do to counter that play, and then it ended up being that Maokai died anyway. Varus wouldn't have died if you didn't teleport, but still... it would have been a 1-for-1, and then you guys might have gotten top tower. So generally at low elo, unless you're like super confident, you want to try and make the safe plays, the 90% plays, you know, the 100% plays, as opposed to like getting a little bit greedy and going for that kind of those 60-50% plays. So also I need to turn Fog of War back on blue. because I don't want to see anything that he can't see. So. Also, what's up, guys in chat? Just to let you know, I'm doing coaching for this Jayce player right now. So yeah, so you want to make sure you're using use your W skills instead, just because they use a little bit less mana. It's not a big deal, but I'm doing coaching for him, so I can't really read chat that much, just because I'm trying to focus, get him the most out of this coaching session. So let's see, what are you itemizing right now? So you got Brutalizer, that's good, and you've got Mana Immune, and let's see what. So your CDR. So you got 15% CDR. So at this point, you can consider if you want to go more of a poke-oriented build or more of a scrappy-oriented build. If you're going for more poke, like if you just want to be able to poke the crap out of them, which is kind of generally what people do with the Mana Immune build, then you could go the CDR boots. That'll give you 30% CDR. It'll be able to get you more QE combos off. And at this point, I would probably consider selling your health potions to make room for wards, so you can try and get wards around the map and see if you can make any plays. Spectator data unavailable. I don't believe you. Okay. So this is pretty much where we were at before, so that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, so oh cool, they surrendered. Alright, well we're still gonna watch the end of this just because see if there's anything else we can pick up from this. Yeah, his team is pretty damn strong right now, and they've been doing really, really well, so I can kinda understand the surrender. I don't really care about the rest of them. So ooh, let's see what can you do here. Alright, so he goes for the Riven. Okay. You've got your damn. All right, so let's play this back in slow-mo and see what he could have done here to try and make this happen. So let's turn on his Fog of War here. So he has no wards. So right here in general, he missed the QE, which is kind of unfortunate. But right here in general, so right here he's noticed. He didn't get stunned. He got hit by the Q. He could have switched to his hammer form already. And then right as the Lee Sin got onto him, you could have hammer formed it away. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to, and then so he ended up dying there. But I definitely think if he would have gotten a ward down, as simple as a ward, like a ward that's like right here, or like just not going in, like going too aggressive here when you don't have vision of the jungle, would be good. But it doesn't end up mattering because he told me that they surrendered. But just a small thing there, you know, make sure you're not going too aggressive, too ham, unless it's like a guaranteed kill. If you have no vision. Like right there, if you would have hit the QE, it probably would have been a guaranteed kill and it would have been fine, but it wasn't, so. So let's go ahead and wait. So he ended up getting CDR boots, that's good. He got 3 wards. Wow, okay, so that's good. Also, make sure if you're getting 3 wards, make sure to swap out. You should be swapping out your warding totem, probably your second back. Especially if you're buying wards. Plus, if you swap out your warding totem, a lot of times it reminds you to buy wards, so you end up getting 2 or 3 wards. The game ended without a result. That's not true. It's not true. They surrendered.